Welcome to another instructional video brought to you by the world's okayest teacher. It must be true because a student gave me a mug that said so. In this video, we're going to be looking at Google Forms quizzes, as well as some of the features inside of there. We will not, however, be looking at all of the details about using Google Forms. For that, feel free to Google some other tutorials or contact your professional development specialists. All right, to get a Google Forms quiz going from Google Classroom, we're going to go to our classwork page. We're going to click on the Create button, Create Quiz Assignment. Some of the options that we can note here are, again, we have the ability to end this classrooms, specific students. We're going to want to give it a title, a cool one. Instructions are usually good, so make sure you leave some good instructions for your students so that they are clear on what they're supposed to be doing. You have the option to change the point here. You also have the option to create a rubric that goes along with this quiz. It should be noted that you have a grade importing option that when they are done, the grade will automatically import into Google Classroom. So when a quiz is given through Google Classroom, it allows those grades, those scores to go back for any of those automatically graded items. And it also has options for you to grade the open-ended responses as well, release those grades, and have that grade be updated inside of Google Classroom. So it is in that place as well. All right, you also see here another option, lock mode on Chromebooks. So this is for any Chromebook that is owned by Harlem School District. This will work on. If a student happens to be on a desktop computer for some reason trying to take this option will not show up for them. And all that this is simply that a student is quote-unquote locked into an assessment, but they could still get out. But what happens when a student gets out is simply that the teacher receives a notification email that shows the time and who it was, so that the teacher knows to follow up with that student on why that happened. And sometimes it's just they had a problem and they needed to get out, and you can get them back in and get them going again. All right, so creating this assignment creates a blank Google Form quiz. Let's quickly look at that. I'm going to click on this link. I'll go ahead and change titles and all those sorts of things, adding questions. Let's just go ahead and add one multiple choice question here real quick. Classic, what is your favorite color? And we'll just go with red. You can hit enter after each of these and we'll just move to the next line. And we'll put in a few options there. A couple things you'll notice is you're circling around. First, we got these circles. That means that only one option will be allowed to be selected. If you need a option for multiple correct answers, we can switch it over to checkboxes, and that allows multiple items to be selected by students. You also notice that these 6 little dots are over here, so you can reorganize things if you wish. And you can also add images as the option. You don't even have to have text. You can just have images, which is nice. Additionally, if there is some other response that's needed, you can add that as well. Now you notice that we have 0 points on our quiz, so we're going to go down here to answer key, and we'll have to do this for each question. Whatever it is worth, and maybe each question is a standard, and you need to give it, the 3 or 4 points or whatever it is that it deserves. And just like with any Google form, depending on how a student answers and whether or not they get it correct, you can provide feedback for them pretty quickly. Upon submission, they can have a report that gives them what they got wrong, what they got right, as well as any feedback that you want to provide for them. So make sure you leave your students good feedback. You can also include additional resources to help them learn or continue learning by providing hyperlinks as part of that feedback, or videos from YouTube as well. So now we have 3 points there. My total point quiz, our total points for the quiz is right there as well. And we also can see now the feedback based on whether or not they get it right is kind of a preview. Go ahead and explore all these other options. I will say that if you do an extended response or open-ended response like this paragraph 1, you can still assign points. It will not automatically score because it can't. That's something that you would have to do. Okay, but there are options for grading those, releasing the score, students getting an updated grade. And there you have it. A couple other things here for you to explore: adding titles and descriptions, importing questions from other documents like Google Docs, adding images so that the questions might be about a visual. You can add a video so that the questions you are asking might be about the content of a video as well, and you can also break it up into different sections. Once this is created, you can assign it. Students will find this on their classwork page as well. They would click on this, select this link right here to begin the assignment, and when they are done, when they have completed it, it should mark it as turned in. And then again, if it is if you had grade importing selected, then the scores would also appear when you click into the turned in or assigned. Any updated scores would be off to the left. And you might need to change this to reflect that. So I think I had a total of 4 points or something like that. And there you have it. If you have any questions, feel free to forward those on to myself or Emily, or do some clever Google tutorial searching and YouTube if you so please. Have a good one.